Joshua,
are you ready to hurt some people's feelings?
Oh, I'm always ready.
I know I'm ready.
I'm always ready.
All right. Biggest hot take in anime currently: My Hero Academia is highly overrated.
The most overrated anime out right now. I fell off a little bit into season 5. I was falling off at season 3 for real, but I tried to power through because we loves us.
I powered through it, but I fell off after the All Might 1 for all fight. We'll get into that. So, point 1. There's no character growth in literally anybody. Except for Endeavor. And it's done poorly.
/ depth.
Yeah.
Because
no character depth to anybody either. Like, there's barely any backstory to anybody.
No.
The people, nobody gets any screen time except for the main couple of people.
The most disappointing part about the lack of character growth and depth is that they set up so much shit at the beginning with so many different people. You thought that, okay, they about to explain these shit. They about to explain all the ignorance of this world. Mm-hmm. All these people with all these ignorant quirks. Didn't explain none of that. Mm-hmm. And then
that's the issue.
We are
like
5 seasons in. How do we not have any of this?
We're 5 seasons in. You've introduced all of these characters, but I don't give a fuck about a majority of them. 95% of them could fall off the face of the earth, not be in the next chapter, and I wouldn't care.
Wouldn't even notice. What are you talking about? I throw random sticky balls at people. Why? What is the purpose of his quirk? You telling me I'm supposed to root for a team with that nigga on it?
Like, we got all these top heroes that are supposed to be monsters, and we only get information on, 3 of them?
Yep.
Like, what? Why? Why don't I get to know about the current number ones who are supposed to be training the next generation, which are our main characters?
Vermilion? Is that his name? Why my favorite nigga lose his powers?
Right. Why did Lemillion
lose his powers?
Get so much little screen time? Like, granted, he just showed up in this recent chapter, but he disappeared for what? He was in there for 1 season. You make him lose his powers. He's gone for 3 more seasons, and then he just pops up out of the blue. But I don't care.
It's too late.
I stopped caring. Like, you introduce these characters just to throw them off to the wayside, and leading right into the next point. There's no relatability. I don't relate to any of these characters at all because we don't have any backstory on them. We don't know anything about these fucking characters.
Yeah, no, none of them train. I could give a shit
about
any of these characters. They're not getting stronger as shit gets worse, and shit is actively getting worse day by day, and everyone's still just sitting here like, ooh.
That's what I'm saying. Instead of getting stronger, they just cry about it. Like, oh yeah, we still have our heroes to protect us. You're supposed to be part of the heroes. So I don't understand. It doesn't work that way.
This shit would have to get so wild so quickly that it would make up for, 60 episodes of bullshit?
Like, they're in the war arc right now, but there is no way that it makes up for all of this bullshit that they've been putting us through the last couple of seasons.
Not possible.
You can't make up for the fact that we can't relate to anybody. Nobody's attempted to grow at all. Nobody has depth to their character. We don't give a fuck about literally anybody. We don't care. Again, you could kill, I think somebody was sad that one of the teachers died or whatever, almost died or something.
Oh, fucking
Midnight or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
I did not give a fuck. I was like, okay.
It was fan service. She was big. She was big.
Somebody died. I literally didn't care. And that's the worst thing. You want your character deaths to be impactful, and when they aren't, that shit it just defeats the whole purpose.
It could straight up kill a show, which it definitely.
Yeah, they killed her off, and they killed the Night Eye dude off, and neither one of those times I cared. I was like, okay, this random person that I've only known for about 2 episodes now, we have no backstory on, but they're dead now.
Where is the backstory? That's the thing I crave most of anime.
Is backstory. We gotta know about the people.
0. Y'all got none of it. I don't appreciate that shit. And on to the next point.
Which leads us straight into specific characters in particular. We have 2 on our list that we need to talk about. The only person with character growth in the whole show, Endeavor. He's the only person that has it, but it's done so bad. By the time it happens, you already don't give a fuck that it's happening. His own family fucking hates him.
I fucking hate him. I have hated Endeavor since the start of this show. He was like a poorly written, and this feeds into another point that we talked about, bad parallels. He's a poorly written copy and paste Vegeta. This man wants to be number one so bad, he pumped out kids with a bitch, burned one of them, had his wife so fucked up she burned Todoroki on the face with an iron, and then one of his other kids turned out to be one of the big bads in the fucking group of evil niggas, and then suddenly he getting character growth, and I'm supposed to care not because he surpassed All Might, but because All Might gave his powers to a little fuckhead who's running around with him bullshitting all day. Now I'm supposed to get fully invested in this nigga, and I can't care less. His whole family could care less. The shit's terrible.
Speaking of bad parallels, I'm just going to throw this in there. For all of you people who are like, oh my god, Todoroki's the best. Man is copy and paste Sasuke. So you're going to be like, oh my god, Sasuke's a bitch, but I love Todoroki. They're the same fucking person. Anyway, moving on to the second person on our list. This is going to hurt everybody's fucking... Deku is a horrible main fucking character.
He's a bitch.
He's a fucking crybaby bitch who has done no training despite having arguably the best power in the whole show.
Definitely.
Instead of being, beefing up and beating people's ass like All Might was, he's over here using these random ass fucking abilities at random ass times. Can't control them. And him disappearing and coming back to UA, now all of a sudden he can control his powers, even though all he was doing was fucking around with some low-class villains. Who gives a fuck? No one cares.
It's unearned. It was so unearned.
Oh, yeah, he has earned none of it.
The fact that he can even just control his powers now, he became a bad guy for a minute, but then he had to...
Bad
guy. His powers was going on. He found out he had a quirk. Then they all fucking went out of control or whatever. Then they had to figure that nigga out. But, no, I don't even understand how they figured that shit out for real.
Well, there's so many, there's so many things that are just not good about Deku. And it's like, and the horrible thing is, people try to take this fucking shrimp and say he's a fucking absolute monster, having him versus battling people from other universes. Bro, in most of these other verses, Deku gets fucking slammed instantly.
Clapped. Like, he gets clapped.
There are very few verses where Deku even is relative to anybody.
If he survives,
it'd be if you put him in any of the big three, this man's getting fucking slaughtered.
Yeah, no, he's not getting through Naruto. He's not getting through
Ichigo. He's not getting through Luffy.
He's not getting through Renji. Fuck Ichigo.
Renji.
And he for damn sure I'm taking.
He's not getting through Renji and Krillin. We're talking.
He's not getting through Krillin. Krillin is destroying this whole verse because if you think about it,
bro, he could even at where we're at now,
real was only
continental at best.
United States of Smash. How cliche is that? A Japanese motherfucker screaming United States.
Even Shigaraki, he's leveling cities. Maybe he's not fucking planetary. He's not fucking universal. This man is continental at best right now. And it's like, even, One For All, that is, during their fight with All Might and One For All, they destroyed a whole city.
Congratulations.
People are doing that casually now.
Guild Arts
they had to split a city for Guild Arts.
So he don't walk through the streets.
Naruto has to take every single fight he has outside of the village.
Period.
So that he doesn't nuke his own fucking village.
If you don't have to take the fight out of the city.
Yeah, if you don't, that's what I'm saying.
You're not strong enough.
If at the start of the fight, the hero doesn't take the fight out of the city.
You're not strong.
You're not fucking higher than Continental. Period. Because you're not even worried about the fucking city around you. So
scaling wise,
he does not add up as high as everybody says he does. So Deku's a fucking horrible main character.
Get that shit.
No growth, no fucking power scaling.
They're supposed to be definitely halfway to planetary by now.
We're talking about, we're in the war arc, and the strongest person we've seen was fucking the USA hero. She was low-key a monster, but Shigaraki won because plot armor.
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally all there was to it. Shigaraki is not a good villain, just because he's the only person with a little bit of backstory.
Oh my god, he has a hand around his throat. If he touches you, you disintegrate.
Oh my god, he killed his own family. So did fucking Itachi. And look at what that man did. This man's not a crybaby bitch. This man made turned Sasuke into a fucking walking unit.
A fucking god. Yeah.
So it's like,
he does nothing.
Again, the parallels are there, but they're fucking awful. The fucking characters just do not add up. Speaking of which, that leads us right into villains. There are no good villains in this show at all. When we made our top 10 anime villain list, I did not even think about a single person in this show.
Not at all.
All for One is the fucking best one, and that man is nowhere near the class of any of these other guys.
Not like I said, there are some really, really bad moments in this show. Like all of the fucking Nimbles popping up, and then Endeavor as the new number one could barely body 1, 2 of them bitches. And I'm like, oh, congratulations. You know he got... Like, even before I saw the next couple episodes, I'm like, you know he got an army of them bitches sitting in the room somewhere, right? I was like, that's the level your number one hero is at? I'm like, it's disappointing.
Yeah, again, he number one hero, he fucking took it to the sky, blew that shit up. The explosion wasn't even city level.
No, nothing got, yeah. The shockwaves weren't even...
Like, he could have done that shit. He didn't even have to fly all the way up into the sky to do that shit. All he had to do was make sure he wasn't near any of those taller towers. And he would have been fine.
That motherfucker was making a spectacle.
Yeah, he was making a spectacle of himself. He was not, like, it was not that serious. And so I think the final point could be that after the All Might and One for All fight, it just lost its purpose. It lost its way.
They could have ended the show there.
They could have ended it there, and I wouldn't have cared. Because, I mean, One for All got locked up. He was the most intimidating villain. Instead of All Might doing any actual training with Deku while he still had his powers, he just lost them all and was like, here you go, kid. Good luck. Like, I mean, he didn't fucking teach him anything. He didn't teach him how to make that big buff form and so he could go out there and start beating people's asses like he should be doing. He's talking about he wants to be the number one hero. Endeavor could body this man right now. But he's supposed to be our main protagonist? Look at all our other main protagonists. By the time they're supposed to fight the main villain, they're the strongest person in the verse.
Usually, yeah.
Deku could be bodied by Endeavor, by All Might, One for All. They would all body this man.
Yep.
And he's supposed to be our main fucking protagonist. He's supposed to be going up against characters from other verses. This man is a little crybaby bitch.
Yeah.
This man breaks his bones on his hardest swings and then cries about it.
People, this man does not get Zenkai boost. He just breaking shit. I don't approve of breaking bones frivolously. That's just dumb as hell.
Breaking bones just to break bones.
And and then he just crying about it.
Gets healed up, and then goes right back up and does it again.
It has been done with his ass for 3 seasons with plot armor. They won't let her fucking stop. I know she's furious. Every day she go home talking about there's this one stupid fucking kid at this school. I don't know how they haven't fucking kicked him out yet, but he just keeps breaking his fucking arms and breaking his fucking legs.
This shit should have gone one of two ways. Either A, Deku should have became a number one hero without having a quirk, similar to having an Asta parallel. That would have been fucking awesome. Mm-hmm. Or they could have done him being actually trained by All Might and turning into a fucking powerhouse. But instead, they took this roundabout fucking plotty storyline way, and it's fucking bullshit.
And they even added the extra on top of the icing of the cake bullshit that they randomly gave him a quirk one day.
Like, why?
You already had 9 from the last All Might.
They went so roundabout. They introduced All Might's mentor, just to introduce his mentor, and we don't even give a fuck about any of these people. They're irrelevant as fuck. But they have to bring these people in just to find a roundabout way to give Deku understanding of his power. All Might should have taught him all of this shit. This man should already be a unit. Yeah. Instead, he's still the same crybaby bitch he was when he was sitting in that chair and his mom came up and gave him the little "I'm so sorry" hug. Terrible mother, by the way. That was a horrible speech.
That's not how
but like,
rap. You're supposed to rap.
You're supposed to ramp your kids up, not fucking shut them down.
You'll get it.
But it's like, there is no reason that I should be hearing all this. Oh, My Hero Academia is the best anime out there. Oh, Deku's the best main character. This man solos verses. All of this shit is bullshit. Deku, I name one verse Deku can solo, and I'll fucking debate you on it to death.
Period.
Fucking, if they didn't make the top 10 list, they wouldn't make a top 15 list. They probably wouldn't even make a fucking top 20 list. If
they don't make a top tier list. I'm working on a tier list right now. We're working on the tier list, and
My Hero is probably in like a B range. Spoiler alert. It's not that fucking good. Like, don't get me wrong, there are good parts. The All Might versus One for All fight was good. There are some good parts, but as a whole, not a top 10 anime, not a top 5 anime.
Can't do it.
Deku is a horrible main character, not even close to being a top main character. Even the support cast, even though there's so fucking many, horrible. It's fucking horrible.
Time out. I will issue you a challenge in the comments. If you can genuinely name 10 Class B characters that you didn't have to Google off the top of your head,
name 5 Class B characters that you can name off the top of your head without having to Google.
You ain't watching the show right now. It's not on your TV right now. And you can
5 Class B characters.
You can't do it.
I challenge you.
You can't do it, but Deku's so hype.
Right. Nate, and on top, I'll give you another one. Give me 5 characters with good character growth, and I'll take back my statements.
Yep. So, as always, guys, like the video if you liked the damn video. Comment, subscribe. Argue with us.
I'm probably sure that we're going to get some comments on this one, but
yeah.
That's okay.
Anime hot takes.
If you want more anime content, JL Anime Plus on TikTok, I'm your guy. All right.